Your dime. Taxpayers asked to potentially pony up again after approving a big building project not that long ago.
And now Easton says it's facing a significant budget shortfall. The I-Team's Brian Crandall has the numbers and the debate. Brian?
Well, Patrice, Jean, less than a year and a half ago, we were in Easton questioning the cost of a proposed new town building that voters ultimately approved. Now they're being asked to consider a tax limit override that would increase their bills by hundreds more. Town leaders claim it's needed to prevent sizable layoffs and service cuts. About $800 more a year for the median value homeowner. That's the tax increase voters in Easton are being asked to decide on, as the town is staring down a more than $6 million budget deficit.
We're taxing people out of their homes.
Stephen Nikolsky, like others who oppose the tax hike, points out voters approved $150 million for new police, fire, and public works facilities not that long ago.
I do think that they should put it on hold. I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. Kind of like, let's get our house in order.
I questioned Town Administrator Connor Reed about the cost of the project before that vote in late 2023.
None of us like the price tag either, but if you don't like $150 million today, you're going to hate $250 million in 10 years if you wait.
Town leaders claim that project will be under budget, as was a school built a few years ago. Even so, those two projects have already added about $900 to the average taxpayer's yearly bill. Now, Reed told me he did not have time for an on-camera interview, but talked to me at length on the phone. He told me a tax override is needed to maintain town services, that about 40 jobs would be cut without it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think we're going to have, that's something that we're going to have to deal with. I think there's always places to cut.
The town administrator acknowledges, quote, we're sensitive to what a burden taxes pose. But Reed blames the budget hole on ballooning costs for things like health insurance for town workers. And he does not regret the police fire DPW project, now set to break ground in the coming weeks. Reed maintains the new facilities are needed to replace aging and costly old ones. And putting the project on hold, he says, will only cost more in the long run. Plus, it's under contract with the builder.
I just can't see an Easton without the services that we have right now.
Denise Higgins is on a citizens volunteer committee tasked with taking a close look at the town's finances. After the analysis, she thinks the tax increase is the way to go.
I can't help but be empathetic because everybody has a pocketbook. I do too.
From what you've seen, are there other places where the town could save money or trim that wouldn't really affect services or having to lay people off?
That's really interesting. I thought that coming into this. I have a better appreciation for the way the town is run and really how lean Easton is.
Well, the taxpayers will have the final say. The first vote on the proposed tax override would be at a town meeting May 19th, and if approved there, another vote at the ballot box would come a few weeks later. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.